You cut out for a moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, I
so,
can hear you.
Okay, so the stats you gave me for the hand-to-hand, that's regardless of my power armor or not.
Correct.
When I'm out of it, I'm at a +1. When I'm in it, I get the bonus from the power armor.
Correct. Plus the additional attack per round. Cool.
Yeah, there's the additional attack.
So,
Everything's a plus.
when I call for initiative for everybody, everybody will tell. You guys can just do it on Roll20, or you can call it out and tell Nukem. He'll put you on the initiative tracker. The way I do initiative is it's your, say you roll a 18, so you would take that 18 and you would divide it by your number of attacks, which you should be 5, Mario. So that would be about every 4 you would have an attack. So you would go on 18, 14, 10, until you used all your attacks. All right.
But if it's 4 and whatever you get, you try to do it divisible by 4. If it's 3, you do divisible by 3. So you spread it out.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Do I get just 3 attacks because I don't have any hand-to-hand knowledge
So
whatsoever?
you have no hand-to-hand combat, but you are considered level 8 no hand-to-hand combat. So in the back of the roof, there is a section that says no hand-to-hand. So
Okay, I'll check that out.
you get all the level bonuses of level 8, which, yes, that basically gives you. You start out at level 1 with 2 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Basically 2 non-coms.
Mm-hmm.
So a non-com action is I reload a clip, I run,
Right.
I hide.
Right.
Any combat action is I'm gonna attack with this weapon or this gun.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually, because you're not trained in hand to hand, you have a total of 2. You can have either 2 attack actions or 4 non-combat. So each attack action is worth 2 non-combat actions.
Okay.
So basically, you have 2 attacks.
Gotcha.
Or if you're just let Nukem know if you're going to use at the beginning, if you're going to use like 1 attack and then 2 non-com actions.
Okay.
Wow. Jolene, you've been subscribing for 19 months. Holy cow.
Yep.
Nice. Isn't that
Yeah,
nice?
that reroll comes in handy.
It sure does. So, Jolene is one of our supporters of our Twitch. So, like every $5 in support gives the group a reroll. Well, her specifically, but the group has 1 reroll from one of our friends named Jeffrey, who has donated that as a group thing every game. So
Nice.
Sorry, Jeffrey.
that is up to you guys to determine who gets to use that. All right.
Whoa.
Oh, dang! I forgot that I didn't put the pre-stream on. Sorry, I didn't realize that we were actually live. Welcome to Rifted Gamers, episode 14. I got a couple new players, so we're just kind of finishing off their characters, and I'm explaining some general game rules. Welcome, Mario and Brent. Yay! Brent has decided he's going to play himself, and his character is currently camping in Old Colorado territory. He's actually in the Gardens of the Gods. In 2022, he's sitting there today, basically camping there. I don't know. Did you bring your family camping with you, Brent, or is it just you?
You know?
Is your wife with you?
Yeah, I think she probably would be.
Okay, so she's gonna be your NPC that's with you.
Okay.
So
It's
you,
nice to have an NPC.
we're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
open
cool.
your scene where you are sitting in this campfire. Your wife is like, it's getting late. I think I'm gonna turn in for bed. She goes to bed and you. Are
We're
you gonna,
awakened by creepy chanting, right?
right? Are you gonna go back? You're gonna go to bed too.
I would probably wake her up and
Okay. So yeah,
I think
you
it's creepy.
after she went to bed, you had woken up, and you hear some Native American chanting, just a low resonance, real like deep and low. Almost, you could almost mistake it for just nothing. But every now and then you hear the drums and you wake up, and you bump your wife. What's your wife's name?
She's Japanese, so her name is Mami, M-A-M-I. So it's kind of a strange name in English, but
Mami.
Mm-hmm.
She's
It causes confusion when I call her name in stores because people.
Oh my.
It's
I
caused
bet.
a few funny situations. I can tell.
awesome.
I can see
People give me weird looks.
Yeah.
But it's a real Freudian, setup we got going.
Mommy.
She's like, oh, stop, I'm sleeping. She's like, not tonight.
Oh, gosh.
Too real.
Too real.
Too real.
I'm here to escape reality, okay? I'm not here to escape.
Hey, you didn't have to bring her.
And you can always offer.
No. Oh no.
Oh my
I'd get in
god.
trouble in real life if I did that.
I mean, my character looks like Pierce Brosnan because I'm hiding from mine. I'm serious.
So Scott's gonna set the tone with, you can always offer. Yeah, murder hobos. No, just
Right out of the
kidding.
blocks.
Your wife, you nudge her again, and she's like, what? Does she speak Japanese?
Yeah, she does. She's
Nice.
from Japan, yeah.
That'll come in handy.
Yeah, I would point her. I would, explain what we're hearing and look around and.
So
I'd be
she,
freaked out.
she's like, oh my god, you got the gun? That's weird.
Yeah, I would dig it out. Yeah.
Ah,
I would too.
that's. She unzips the tent and looks out, kind of peers around. Or would she let you do that?
She would probably do that.
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
tough. Yeah.
She's looking around.
Is there weird blue light coming out?
Um,
of the tent?
Actually, you kind of notice. Yeah, you didn't notice it at first, but the whole area is kind of lit up
Oh wow.
in blue. You peek outside the tent and you see this almost electrifying energy that you're actually standing in. Like your whole tent is in it.
Wow.
Kind of like that ley line behind you.
Right. Kind of like this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's real pretty.
Yeah.
The drums get a little bit louder. And all of a sudden, the energy just kind of surges. And as you look around, all of the other campers in the area disappear.
Oh wow.
You
I
don't
would
see
probably
their
grab
tents.
her and try to get out of there somehow.
Okay. So you jump out of the tent, and where do you head?
I'd probably grab her and grab our backpack of stuff and try to head back to wherever we came from.
Okay, so you're gonna
Assuming
head
we're
up to
far
the
away
park.
from any vehicle or anything.
You're gonna head up to the parking area.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
probably. Is what we were
So
doing.
the trail is completely overgrown that you took. You can tell there was an asphalt walk path that came down to the tent sites. But when you get to it, there's like splits in it, small, grass and bits growing out of it. It's all, some of it's been uprooted and unearthed. You see, the trees also look bigger in the area. And there's a very pungent smelling like citrus in the air.
Freaky. Yeah, I would be freaked out, and I would probably be hurrying us back as fast as we could go.
Right.
Get
So,
back to it.
so you hurry to the parking area. It takes you about 15 minutes. It was a 15-minute walk in. You
Mhm.
get there, and there's just tall, 5-foot like grass, with like almost willows. The little willow tail, cat's tails on it.
Mhm.
And you notice that it's a little swampy where you're at. And you don't see your car
Uh-oh.
or the parking lot.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You do see a small
Yikes.
building off to your right. It looks
Okay.
like it's the welcome center.
Yeah.
As you walk up to it, it's still intact.
The Native American Wendigos. That's all I can think about.
We would probably definitely head towards that, I would assume.
So you
If our
head
car
towards
was
that.
gone, we'd probably-
As you approach it, you can see that in the front there's a huge double doors that open, and on the sides of those double doors were about 4 foot wide by 8 foot tall glass. Doors
Oh, wow.
are ajar, and it looks like there's a tree growing up out of the center of the building.
Oh, wow.
There's debris
Not good.
around. You can see some of the parking lot is uprooted, upended, and there's like old pipes sticking out. That was probably the sewer that ran to the building. Your wife goes, "Hey, there's our car," I think. As she shines a flashlight on it, you notice it. What kind of car do you drive?
We have like an old, probably would take this old Mitsubishi Montero we have
Okay.
for camping.
Ooh.
It's there. The paint's
Oh,
all
that's
peeled
weird.
off. It looks like it's burnt out. The rubber on the tires are completely gone.
God,
Yeah. Yikes. Wow.
You need a repairman.
Yeah. I feel like you guys need the repair person now. Okay, that's freaky.
And roll a 20-sided dice for perception.
Okay.
Since you have an NPC also, you can roll perceptions for her too. You can
Oh,
choose
cool.
to take actions. Is she your same age or is she younger?
She's a little younger than me. She's about 5 years younger than me.
So she's probably level 7, ordinary person then.
Okay.
So she still has 2
Oh, she
actions.
rolled an
Oh,
18,
nice
but I
roll.
rolled a 20.
So you guys both kind
Yeah,
of
well,
hear it
then.
at the same time. The drumming kind of stopped when the flare of the ley line occurred,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden, the ley line that was over you, it kind of snaps to the left, and it's about a half a mile from you. You're still doused in its light, but now you're not right on it.
Wow. Did we feel okay physically?
You actually feel a little bit energized. Yes.
Mm.
Did you explain to him that if he's played Risk before, I'm assuming he has his background, that he would know all of this, what
Oh.
it is?
So, just to go back, since you're playing yourself, any knowledge you have of Rift's the game is valid knowledge that your character has. So anything you've read about ley
Oh, okay.
lines, about anything, is valid.
Okay.
It's not metagaming.
Okay, cool. Very good. That, I know very little, but that's okay.
Right.
Okay.
But you see that line of energy, and it looks like a ley line, like from the game that you were going to play tonight. Or, but off in the distance, you can see right beyond the ley line is what looks like an ivory white pillar that acts for it. A monolith or a
Yeah.
the Egyptian what's the name?
Obelisk.
Obelisk. Yes.
Menu. Yeah. Mhm.
Sometimes your mind just loses words.
I know. Me too. Yeah. I do that all the
Yeah,
time.
you see what looks like an obelisk coming up out of the about the midsection of the mountainside.
Weird.
And your wife says, I think I hear a car or a truck. And right then you got a nat 20, so you see headlights of what.
Oh, I didn't. I rolled a 10. I'm sorry, but she had an 18.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I thought you said you had a 20.
I said that earlier, but I did not. I was just wish fulfillment. I guess that was.
So she says, "There's headlights over there."
Okay, I guess we should head there. I guess we'll. I'm be very freaked out at this point, so I'd probably
Okay.
head towards any civilization-like thing that I saw. I bet.
So, just for note, if you wrote your tent down as an item, you left your tent and your sleeping
Yes,
bags.
I did.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're
Scratched off.
so you're running with her. She also has 10 items that she can have with her. She
Okay.
did grab her purse because that's what women have, right? Purse.
Yeah. She probably would have.
The bag of holding.
Yeah.
She's running with you. You guys had any like light backpacks that you might have had that like, the drinking water backpacks? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
a canteen written down, but yeah, probably
Yeah.
those.
And you guys are
hydro
heading
pack.
towards that lake.
Oh,
So
Okay.
just for group knowledge, Nazareth, get off your phone,
No, I'm not going.
boys. So Nazareth, just for game knowledge, this is while Nazareth and his group of people were actually heading up to New Hope.
Okay.
Your driver, because you're in the back with your ladies.
I thought he was in dragon form still because he was sick.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, but we
Um,
did get that
he-
shot.
he didn't get the
though.
shot yet. This
Oh,
is
he
this is
didn't.
pre-shot.
Oh, got it.
Um,
Yeah.
So you've stuffed yourself in the back of the van or the bus, and your ladies are all squished up front. But one of them says, "Hey, it looks like there's some people on the road.
People?
People, two people, a man and a woman."
A man and a woman. Alright, stop here. Let's go check it out.
Okay, as you are running, Brent, and your wife are running, you guys get to what looks like a Y in the road, and you can see where the bus is coming down this long mountain path. You actually think it's coming down from where that obelisk was. And all of a sudden the
Definitely
bus,
flag it down. Hey.
yeah, the bus slows to so it's one of those Bluebird touring buses.
Okay. Cool.
And it slows to a stop. You hear its brake. And then the door opens. And 3 scantily dressed women come out.
The Nazarenes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, they have a it looks like a pyramid drawn on their head.
Oh.
Oh, great.
With the number
Found the Manson
21.
family over there.
With the number 21 in it.
Okay.
And then also, they're scantily, they have like body art, like the henna tattooing,
Yeah.
like that, and you see what looks like, do you know, like what the Star of David looks like?
Yeah. Mhm.
So it looks like that, but inside of it there's a pyramid with with the all-seeing eye in the center, and some strange-looking, mystical-looking writing. If you've ever played Skyrim, it would be the Dovahkiin language.
I haven't played that now, but okay, I can picture it. That's cool.
It looks like runic scratchings.
I'd be thinking they were like from the Renaissance fair.
Yes.
Enslaved people.
Actually,
Super nice people.
one of them does appear to have a sword or a dagger at their side.
And that is the Manson family are going to murder us. Yeah.
Could be the Manson family.
The Helter Skelter family with the.
Right. And
Great.
we're gonna end with you right there, and I'm gonna cut.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut to Mario. Mario, your player is.
Cut to me and
Are you ready?
Van,
If you need more time, that's okay.
yeah, skip. I'll be back.
Okay, skip it. You'll be back. All right, so we'll go back to you guys. I gotta get you guys in with the main group, and then I'll explain what happened last week. So, one of the ladies walks up to you and says, "Why do you look so terrified? We're not gonna hurt you."
That's
I would probably start blabbing about lights and our cars destroyed and
Oh,
we need a ride back to town or something like that.
you guys need
That
a
one.
ride? Groovy. We'll give you a ride. A ride.
Oh no,
Um,
don't get in the bus, don't get in the bus.
They're like, "Sure, come on, join us." And
My
In-
wife would probably not be okay with this.
in a
but
very
probably fine.
seductive manner, they, two of them kind of, are trying to bring your wife in. Come with us. We've got
I can only
food
imagine her reaction.
and drink and smoke on the bus.
Oh boy.
Well, we just need a ride, you know.
A ride is just fine. We'll
I really don't know what other option we would really have at that moment, so we'd probably do it, I would think.
we'll introduce to you our Lord Nazareth.
Oh no. We're a cult.
I'm sorry, we're not all like that.
It's not a cult.
Not
It's a
yet.
cult.
No, it's
I
Um,
always kind of wanted to join a cult, you know.
Not this one.
You
Not this one.
No.
You are brought onto the bus as you come around to the other side of the bus where the door is open. There is a little bit of smoke kind of rolling out of the bus. You smell a mix of alcohol, marijuana, something else. You're not really sure. As you
It's a party bus.
as you get
Party bus.
onto the bus, the bus
I would
is.
probably be. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. You're,
I was just saying I'd probably be blabbing about, warning them about the light or, you know, whatever cataclysm is occurring up there. So I would probably warn
they're
them
like,
not to drive.
don't worry about the light. That is the light. That is the light of Natosa. Come. Nazareth wants to see you. Join us.
Close the door first.
Join us.
As you
Join
guys
us,
go
one
up,
of us.
yeah, the door to the bus closes as you guys step onto it,
Oh, they're done
Um,
for.
and
Okay.
you're led. It's a pretty large bus. There's what is it? 25 people on this bus?
55.
Wow.
Oh, you got
Something like that.
55 people on his bus.
That's not it.
What?
That is a lot of
Um,
people on that bus. Hi, sweetheart.
No.
There was 30 total people on the bus.
10 died.
10 died, and the rest are back at
Oh.
the main base.
Oh, so it's
Oh.
Out of the total
Bring
60.
it.
Okay, I know he's got 20.
No, he has 30 on the bus because we had the.
I thought 10 of those 30 died.
No, yeah, 10 of those 30 did die, but the rest of them were back at the main.
Right. So sorry, there's 20 people on the bus, 22 with you. Your wife had gotten on the bus first. She actually is about 15 feet in front of you, and she screams.
Oh no.
Nazareth, this Japanese lady comes up to you, and your head moves because you lift your head up, and open your eyes, and she screams.
Oh my god. Are you okay?
In like his
Um,
thing.
He's trying to touch her.
So you want to roll a 20-sided die for you and her as you hear this booming voice asking you if you're okay when your wife is screaming.
It'd be a
Uh,
horror factor.
What you
Jesus, okay.
What
Yeah,
you see is
Like, oh,
the head of a giant lizard or a
Oh my
dragon.
God.
A dragon lift its head up and
Oh,
looking at
jeez,
you.
wow.
It's about, but you can see he's curled around and his tail is actually up near his head. Also, he's kind of cramped on the back end of this bus.
I bet. Wow. Wow. That's insane. Okay. Wow. 4. Is this like a fright check or whatever
Yes,
it's called?
it's a horror
Yeah.
factor check.
Yeah.
What's your horror factor?
What is
Get off
my
your
horror
phone, Carter.
factor?
Yeah.
I think
Riley.
that's pretty high, isn't it?
I think you have a 15. You're a hatchling.
I do not know. I'm
So you
sorry.
gotta get over a 15.
So I failed that big time.
Okay, so and so did your wife.
Go pass
Yeah.
out.
Like big time, it like a 1 over 2 where you like release your bowels big time,
well,
or
I rolled a 4.
um,
So I leave the 4 out of whatever it is. So it's like 50.
you know if you did not use the restroom before you went to sleep that you would have just pissed yourself as this creature is looking at you and you're
Yikes.
kind of shaking when you talk
Yeah.
to it.
Wow. Wow.
Holy moly.
I'd be trying to get my head together as what was happening. I guess.
Hey,
I don't know. I guess because I failed my check, I wouldn't even have the presence of mind to like
Right.
do anything, right? Like pull my gun or anything. I would just be freaking out.
right, with a 4,
Sanity loss. So.
you are kind of almost frozen in fear.
Mhm.
Your wife is like, "Get the gun, hon, the gun. Get the gun. Get the gun."
There's
Yeah.
no
Okay.
need for
If I
that.
could start, I would start doing that. I guess.
Talk louder, Jaden.
There's no need for that. It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Do you have any spells you want to use, like calming spells?
Ooh,
I don't. Do I have that?
do you have a
Don't you have
calming
sleep?
spell?
Really?
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't have-
Sleep.
Sleep.
Sleep would be a good one.
Yeah, I'll just sleep.
I'd probably be falling all over myself trying to get that gun out of the backpack or whatever.
Okay, so you're trying to get the gun out of the backpack, and do you want to roll a saving throw versus his spell, sleep, or are you just going with it and sleeping?
Let's go. Probably, yeah. But that in his fright, in my character's fright state, in that time, probably.
Right. So
Yeah.
you both fall asleep, and you wake up sometime later. We'll go to
Okay.
the main group. So
Okay. Yeah.
during last week's shenanigans, you guys remember you guys had been parking right after the cave, after that strange vampire castle that you guys avoided
Dang straight.
smartly. Well, you guys kind of woke up to the vampires trying to return back into the cave at night because the sun was just about to. And unfortunately, Raylakin's zombies were preventing them from going back into the cave.
It's
So
about time they did something.
most of them.
Bad
Most
fairy.
of the wild vampires ended up getting smoked by the sun,
Uh-oh.
and yeah, they burned to a crisp. You guys then traveled a few miles to a town that looked like it was very Peruvian. It looked like basically
Was it info?
like a Machu Picchu, kind of like.
No, it wasn't New Hope. Was it New Hope? No.
No. This town was not. This was a native Peruvian town, like you know what Machu Picchu is, the town at the top of the Andes Mountain, roundabout, Aztec Mayans. No.
What?
I remember.
Where you guys kind of just left. You didn't really do anything in the town. You couldn't really speak their language.
We talked to the dude
did.
outside.
You did talk to a guy with using tongues, and he told you basically where New Hope was.
Okay.
And you guys continued on. Didn't really do anything in that town. you arrived in New Hope. You guys you found Superbia's apartment complex. Basically, it's his mercenary compound that is a giant apartment complex with a wall built around it. You were able to talk to George, who is a genetically altered monkey.
Monkey George.
Yes, Monkey George, and he is actually a doctor of genetics and has a partial cure for the virus. So they discovered in their research that if they inoculated you first and then you were exposed to the virus, you were okay. But after you were exposed to the virus, they haven't been able to find a cure. You have to have weekly injections that
So
Suppress.
stave off or suppress the virus. It suppresses the damage that it does every day, and your body actually can regenerate. But if you fail the next one, then you start suffering damage again.
okay.
But it gives you a +10.
I offer a vial of my blood because I no longer have the virus. Maybe I have some kind of antibodies or something that
Okay.
would contribute to it.
So, okay, so that's what you would have done. This have already all happened.
Yeah.
But okay, I'll keep that in mind. I think you guys stayed there a couple of days. You did some shopping in town. You guys got your injections because it took a little bit for them to analyze everybody. The Monkey George, your report comes back after the blood that he analyzed, and he said that there was no trace of the virus in your blood. There was no antibodies, nothing. It was as if you have never been exposed.
So I need an
That's
oxygen.
a good thing, I hope.
Right.
Right.
And the only thing I would want would be a sword and shield in town.
We're talking about
for shopping.
but we were still in Eldorado shopping last time
Yeah,
we
we
left off.
we never left.
You're in, yeah, that's right. We left off in Eldora's shop, which is a book and antiques magic shop.
Have we found Michael Cia yet?
You have not found Michael Cia.
Are we
Well,
still
that
looking?
means we still have
Oh,
a sword, and Dad has a sword.
No,
Jolene
No,
has
I
that
have
sword.
a sword.
Lightfoot has, or not Lightfoot.
I think Jolene has
Jolene
a
has a
sword
sword.
and like a boot, right?
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
boot of his armor that you guys found, something like that.
And Monkey George has
They just left him to
offered
die.
to come with us as well.
Actually,
So-
they hired him.
Or yeah, hired him.
I paid for 10 months
Yes.
Right.
of monkey service.
I'm just trying to narrate, guys,
I'm just excited.
to get to where we were. So yes, Monkey George has been contracted for 10 months to travel with you, give you your injections, and look for a cure.
Working in the trailer with
Ah.
Jorge.
so it's not a permanent cure.
No, it's not. It's a weekly injection.
Okay.
And then he also has to take your blood and study it and see how he can modify it. So he has his own scientific explorer rig that is going to be going with you guys,
Nice.
but we haven't gotten to that point. Basically, you guys are just in the town of New Hope, circa PA 75, where it's not that developed, but it's a fairly large town of about 20,000 people.
We didn't change time again, did we?
No, you didn't know.
Okay.
But you
You
guys
said
were.
the date. I'm like,
Remember, you were in 74,
Yeah.
but a little bit of time has passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were at the end of 74.
Yeah.
You guys were on your second day, I think, or third day in town.
We were on our third day in town, and fourth day in town is when they will show up by radio
Right.
from when we
Right.
called them.
So we'll go back to you guys who are in Eldora's shop, which you guys could be there.
Oh, that was a good joke.
Eldorath is an elderly man who is hard of hearing.
Oh.
It looks very stoic.
And looks very stoic.
Wasn't he
Gargoyle? Yeah.
gargoyle? Yeah.
Gargoyle.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, and he's a gardener. Sorry.
That's why he's
That's
stoic.
cool.
Yes.
That's
That's
cool.
why he's stoic.
Yes.
Alright.
So I tell him I'm looking for a shield, a rather good shield.
He looks at you. A shield of a good one. Well, I have many magical trinkets. You may look around. What is it? What kind of coin do you have?
Look to the money man.
What kind of coin do I need?
I prefer solid coins. Give a discount if you pay in silver, gold, precious gems. Those kind of things.
Okay.
I will sell things in credits, but
So
I prefer hard currencies.
Don't we have bars of stuff?
Okay. I mean,
You
this
have
is-
bars of stuff. Mm-mm.
Oh,
You didn't have it up.
I have one on me.
Out
Not that.
just out of game for just a minute. So if you guys are going to say anything out of character, please put on the half moose horn. It's this. That lets me know that you're not in character. Anything that is said without this up, I will take as it is in character. All right,
Sometimes it's hard to remember.
but just roll with it. If I
Pain you
tell you.
get pained.
Yep.
I go into my bag because and pull out the shiny gold one.
a gold bar.
Yeah.
Okay. He looks at it. It looks like gold. May I inspect it?
Sure.
He
Never take my eyes off of him.
he inspects it. You see, so that he's not using magic in front of you that would confuse you. He does the old school chemistry set test
Oh,
to make
yeah.
sure that it is gold. Very good. Your gold is worth is accepted here. How many ounces is that?
480,000 gold worth, or 480,000 credits worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that is per 1,200
Right.
1,200 credits per ounce.
Well, you may browse the store as you
Plus,
wish.
plus what's left of our credit here on the note that
Which
we turned.
was
135,000.
135,000. Yeah. Is there anything besides weapons that you're looking for?
He's looking for a shield and a sword.
Come. I'm sure I have something. He takes you to the back of the store, and then you see him take out some keys. You only see one door, but he takes out a ring of keys that looks like there's like 20 keys on it, and they're different shapes and different colors. And he takes one out and he unlocks the door.
I say out loud, Time Bandits. Favorite movie.
That's a great movie,
That
actually.
is.
That is a great movie.
idea for me in me head.
And you walk into what looks like it's a 15-foot wide hallway, and on either side there are different weapons and armament from different eras in human history. Is there a particular style you are looking for, my friends?
I'm just gonna try one till it feels like it fits me.
What style are you looking for?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anything?
Yeah.
All right.
You're looking. Your size? How tall are you?
6'1".
6'1". You want something good to use with a shield? You need a hand and a half. Something gladius, or maybe slightly bigger than an arming sword. I know a little bit from SCA.
Okay.
So, I mean, You could probably use a longsword fairly well, but it doesn't need to be a full longsword. It needs to be probably either.
75%.
Actually, probably the best thing for you would be a Kopesh. In all honesty,
Yeah,
That's-
like the curved
the
blade.
Egyptian, yeah, it comes up and it
Kopesh.
comes out with a hook back. It's got the
Kopesh
deep,
image.
the deep curve.
Here are some images of Kopesh
That's
from
loud.
the web.
I
Sorry.
like.
Well, going off what he said, I'll try to look around,
Okay.
pick up some, take some practice swings. Try to find something that fits me.
Is there a cold place? You find a couple swords that there's a Gladius, there's a Kolpesh, there's one of those.
You say
I forget what that. I don't know what it looks like.
you say
This,
Gladius, and all I can think of is the freaking sword from Gladiator.
like that. That kind of sword. Is that what you're talking about?
That's a-
the Kolpesh.
Like a scimitar.
That's a scimitar.
Uh,
No, that's a falchion. My bad.
How do you spell
That's a
falchion,
that?
full.
yeah.
Falchion's
How do you
two-handed.
spell that?
It's not single-handed unless you got the strength for it.
okay, this would be a scimitar. Then.
Nuke 'em. How do
I'll
you
just go with the
spell that?
Gladius. I'm sure I can find one that looks.
You grab a Gladius.
Yes.
Yeah, the Gladius is nice. It feels well balanced.
Got a big
Um,
pommel on it.
Yes, from the
That's what would be good for him?
Roman era
Mm-hmm.
in human history.
It's good for hooking shields.
It's got
Yeah,
some
that-
age on it. I would say this sword is about 2,400 years old. Is this what you would like?
Is it magical?
He says,
Or is it MDC?
this particular weapon isn't magical, but I can draw out its magic.
Oh.
Something like this, but more.
It is a-
sick.
It is an ancient item that has a long history.
Yeah.
Some items can be awoken.
Okay, that's new to me. Sounds great. If you can do that.
He takes it. Now,
Before he does that, I'm not getting any because I'm holding it right.
Right.
The sword. I'm not getting any kind of negative feelings from it.
do you have psychometry or object read?
No.
Oh.
Just
Detect
kind of like a
magic.
feeling. Just kind
You
of.
have detect magic. You don't
Or sense evil. I'm sorry, sense evil.
sense evil.
No.
It also has sense magic.
It's an inanimate object. At this point, before he touches it or does any type of magic to it, it does not seem to have any kind of radiating evil
Okay.
or magic to it.
I just don't want to get a cursed blade.
Why not?
It's generally not good. Generally.
He says. This
Whoa.
item I will trade for that bar of gold.
It seems a little steep.
400,000 credits for that thing?
You're asking me to draw its power out.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're throwing a shield too.
A regular shield, I can do that. Yes.
As long as it's an MDC shield.
I don't own any of those particular items.
So how's that gonna work parrying wise?
Out of character?
Yes. I mean, I won't know the difference, but
Well, you definitely don't want to parry MDC items
mm-hmm.
because it'll vaporize.
What?
Whoopsie.
Yeah, we can improvise a shield.
That still seems a little steep, but I don't know.
It's a magic item. though.
It's a magic item. They're expensive, dude. They're
Oh.
freaking really expensive.
And what he's doing, drawing out the spirit of the sword,
It's
it's not
pricey.
just a magic item.
Okay.
Cool.
He says, I look at you and I go,
Oh.
Is this what you want to buy?
Oh, the sword? You wanna buy the sword?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah. I okay it.
He says, I need a pinprick of blood from you to perform the ritual.
Okay.
So he pricks your finger, takes it, and says, "Come back tomorrow, and it will be ready for you."
I feel like I'm getting so screwed.
What's that?
I just got this feeling I'm getting so screwed.
No. So
Oh, okay.
the blade's gonna be, it's a gladius sword. I believe it's 2d4 mega damage. The item is going to have 400 mega damage on it, so it can take damage and it can be destroyed. It's not a rune weapon because those are millions of credits, but it is a major magic item.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah. And
It does the same damage as my multi-knife?
You can
yeah, but
you can have 3 magical effects on it.
Nice.
so in other words, we can have it enchanted.
No,
It will
you
have.
may choose 3 spells that it can do.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Below level 6.
Below level 6.
6 or lower.
Okay.
So you could like make it
I only have one thing.
cast.
You could have it have spinning blades on it. You can have it have Armor of
Nice.
Ithan, so that when you can activate it and it puts Armor of Ithan on you as
I'm Reventon's good.
as a free action, not as a spell that you have to cast. It's the abilities are used instantly. Like
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Can I see the
I asked him.
the Book of Magi.
Did
Is it over there, guys?
You
Oh,
can have
somebody
No, he
would
has
have
it
went.
right.
cooler dad.
Jaden has it over here. We will pass it over there.
Shit.
What happened?
I just turned off my computer. Or my.
Yeah,
my
somebody went away.
sorry. I'm coming back. Okay. There
Oh,
we
there
go.
you are.
It didn't mess anything up.
Oh, good.
Mario, how are you
Get
doing?
something like that.
Are
Get
you
something
ready?
that hits really hard. You can cast it
I'm
right
listening,
as
but
you
I'm
swing
going.
it.
I'm almost done.
Okay. I want to make sure that when you're ready, you're ready.
One
That
last
you're,
thing.
that
that-
you're,
Is it
tell me when you're ready to join, so I can get you into the game.
possible to get a sniper rifle for this person? I'm not shy. So don't worry about it.
Okay. What'd you say, Jolene?
Is it possible to get a sniper rifle?
You guys are in a magic shop. There are no sniper rifles in here.
How rude. Just magic weapon.
Yeah.
She's with us, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, you say this. We have one in the wagon.
Oh, okay.
Was given to me by John Wilson.
Oh,
When he
Okay.
the JA11.
Yeah, when he upgraded.
Right.
So yeah, it's in the wagon.
Okay.
I asked Mr. Eldroth,
Yes.
sir,
Elgaroth is just fine.
can you tell me what this does?
What are you showing him?
What do you think I'm showing him?
The staff.
Staff. Staff?
He says,
It's a stick.
it's
Magic
yes.
stick.
It's a wraith. staff.
Oh. That's right.
It's a what?
A wraith staff.
What is
No
that?
clue what that is.
Each one has
Yeah,
a.
room or rate?
It is a new magical item. I have seen a few of them in my lifetime. They each have different abilities that usually trap the soul of an individual. Or not trap, but the individual chose to be in this world as this item instead of trapped in the realms between.
Okay, thank you very much. How much do I owe him?
It says 1,000 credits is all.
Okay. I can give him that. That gives me a little bit more than what I had.
Mhm.
Okay. So we have everybody here, correct?
Everybody who is not on the Bluebird bus is here. Yes.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I asked him to look at my ring, didn't I?
Yes, and he told you paid 5,000 credits for it.
Should I tell me what it was?
Yes, it is a basically a ring that allows you to walk amongst the hells and not be damaged by the environment.
That's right.
Right.
It's made by a
Okay.
demon lord, but it doesn't protect you from demons.
I know I wrote that down yesterday.
I wrote it down for you so I could remember.
Oh my god, David.
What's that?
Time slip.
Mobius made the ring. Right.
I
Horrible
think
notes.
I wrote it down in my notes, so I can share my notes with you. Be fine.
Okay, that's fine.
Who else needed something here?
I would
Oh,
like.
I wanted to get some stones, but I think
Yeah.
they were awfully expensive too.
Yeah,
We were going to talk about.
So so Newcomb rewrote the stone costs per carat.
Okay.
that made it more reasonable
What are you doing, kid?
and more.
Excuse me.
They're still expensive on the high end, really high end for like really specialty gems, but they're not as
Right.
like. So instead of going small gem, that's like, okay, what's a small gem? How many carats? You don't know because it doesn't tell you. Or
Right,
large gem.
right.
Now, whatever Dave wants to use by use per carat, I've made a carat sheet that basically shows what you
Okay.
can use
And
it for.
it is it's dried.
I'm gonna put it in a place where you can get to it. But I want Dave to look at it first.
Okay.
Got it.
Because like this was like I threw this together at work
Is it on the?
yesterday.
Nice to know you guys are so productive at work.
I know I'm rocking it.
I know we're always so. I do a bunch of game stuff at work too when I'm
The one
just
that's dead.
doing nothing.
I know that's what I'm
That's
referring
the
to.
voice I know from-
Let's see where
So-
where I put it at.
Does anybody else have any business in Eldorath's? Books
What
and-
I want is not magical, but it's just like a gladius-sized silver-plated sword
Ah.
for vampires and werewolves and such.
I want some.
You can
knives.
buy that at the general store.
Okay.
No problem.
I didn't. Yeah.
Because of the vampire problem in the area, it's a little more expensive for silver items. So basically, just what particular do you just want? Like a
So
Bowie
I
knife,
want,
a silver Bowie knife.
I want something a little bit longer.
Okay.
Something about gladius size.
Yeah, you find a machete.
I'd rather not have a machete. I want something I can thrust and slash with.
Okay.
What's the sword?
Well, gladius is kind of perfect size, so about forearm length.
You can have one made
All right.
for about 1,500 credits.
Okay.
Wow, that's cheap.
Yeah.
It'll be mega damage metal with
Oh, you're thinking
silver.
About,
Silver
silver
plated.
They've invented that. What's it called?
That's what I want. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's specially handmade. He'll have it to you by the end of your 5th day here.
All right.
I shared the file with you, Dave.
You did?
Yeah, it's Power of Stones, Google Doc. If you open it up, they'll have the list of the stones.
Is it in your
For me?
Yeah,
file?
I just shared it to you, so you should
Oh.
have access to it.
So it's in my
Sorry,
drive.
track from me.
Shared with me.
Hey, Nuka.
Yes.
Do you think there'll be such good luck? Well, I'm asking. Like, a sword that's in pieces and it runs out into a whip or something like that. That would be cool.
Man, we have that sounds more like a techno wizard
Yeah.
kind of deal.
Kaylee.
Yeah, this is fair. Just glancing over it.
See, you glance over, you look down at the bottom, it says your adjustments for a standard gemstone, no adjustments, type 1 times 0.5 added usage times half tier price added extra.
Nice.
And then you go through there, and it, like by the time you get to like something like a Star Sapphire that's five grand tier 10,
Yeah.
so it'll be like a standard is 500 plus it'd be 5,500 for just a standard, but it's only 1 carat,
Okay.
and which is whatever usage you determine 1 carat is, right?
Yeah,
And
1
then-
carat usually 1 usage.
Yeah, but see, those are the most expensive gems. That's why they're that, because those actually cast the highest level spells.
Okay. And
See what I'm saying?
and it says added times 0.5 added usages.
Yeah, for type 1. So you can actually get a better gemstone that's 1 carat. It'll actually add to the usage of it. But it'll have to be a type, so you'll have to write it down as type.
Okay.
So like a Star Sapphire type 1 adds half the usage again. So if it's a 2 carat, you bought a 2 carat,
Yeah.
it's actually you can
Three
use it 3 times.
3 times. Okay. Nice.
And number 4 is for special type stuff that you just make up.
Okay. Sounds good. No, I'll go through that more so I can get familiar with it, but it looks, yeah, I'm just kind of looking at it. It looks
So in the general store,
So it
are there any,
goes
like
1 carat
knives?
gem. It costs 500 credits plus tier times quality.
Some,
500
so-
plus tier times quality. Okay.
just some like good quality knives.
So quality 1, quality 2, that actually times 3 times 4 cost.
Okay.
So like if you get something that's like special, it's gonna be expensive.
Right.
And then you can just add the rest of the gemstones in there by spell type. I just put them in there by kind of like spell levels and just kind of threw them in under the tier list.
Nice.
Even goes down to salt crystals.
I was just reading that actually. Protection from fairies.
Oh,
Well, it was in the list, so
Right.
so there you go.
did I hear something about spells for protection against fairies? Fairies? Yeah. we
No,
can
you
do
didn't hear
that.
anything about that. That's metagaming.
What was?
Yeah, we need one of those.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just an anecdotal thing, guys. I used to distract the fairies by tossing a handful of coins on the ground.
Oh, you're mean.
Somebody do that? Yeah, David, or
Michael Cia.
Michael Cia did that once, and he
Threw
warned us
right
not
off.
to. He warned us not to do that.
That's where I stole it.
What do you mean? Why not? Why would you?
All right.
Because when they're done, they're a little mad.
Oh. Yeah, they are.
Because it.
Oh, how long do the
have
games
to.
last? Hi, Yeet Man. Thanks for joining us. We
That's
usually
John.
play for 4 to 5 hours a night, and you can look them at
Yeah, that's John.
YouTube or you could be on
School
Twitch.
friend.
Oh, is he? Oh.
Yeah.
Get up on
What's that?
Facebook.
It's
That's a
Carter's
school friend from mine.
Oh, Yeet Man.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, is
The
that
name
John? That's
didn't.
John. Yeah.
The name didn't give it away.
Lightfoot needs gemstones. What
I
gemstones do you need?
I was
Lightfoot?
wondering what that was.
What gemstones do you need?
Well, I need some more rubies.
All right, I'll let you take care of
Really
that.
expensive.
So, David,
What?
would these spells be cast at my level
Hey,
or
I'm going
at
on
max
Twitch.
level or what? How does that work?
Okay.
Max level 6.
So they would be cast at
Yeah,
6
because
level.
he's a 12th level.
So Lightfoot,
He made the item
just
at half his level.
send a message and
Okay. Okay.
So what was?
or send me a Facebook Messenger.
Never mind.
Okay.
I have to look at. Never mind.
If you want
Of what
if
stones you need, and
want
I'll tell you how
to
much.
replace one of the spell items for like a plus to strike or
And
you can also
send that to me. I'll be right back.
make it so if you make it a +1, like it could be up to a +3 sword with those 3 abilities, but it would be +1 to strike parry.
Okay. So normally it's +1 right now.
No,
No, just I have to.
It just has 3 abilities.
okay. So what I'm thinking is Mend the Broken and Frostblade and Armor Anthem.
Mend the Broken.
Yeah, it repairs itself.
That's their choices.
It's a 5th level, I think.
So, just so you don't, that's okay, but it's a 400 MDC sword, and it's only going to take damage if it's directly targeted,
Okay.
or if it's in like a freaking nuke, like a bomb goes off.
Well, you said it like I needed to
No.
be aware of that. I'm
No,
like,
no,
well,
no.
maybe.
Yeah, no. Like if I say
that's
like there are
nice.
certain sword fighting
It's a waste
abilities
of a thing.
that will damage a sword, and I'll tell you that. I'll say this attack damages your sword if you parry with it.
Gotcha.
But if I don't say that, your sword won't take damage unless it's directly the target of something. And remember, your sword still has damage reduction. So, like,
I got you. So it's 400.
yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah. So,
All right. So I don't need that one.
your sword actually has 20% damage reduction because it's a solid item,
It's
Gotcha.
awesome.
unlike armor. Yeah. So I do damage reduction in this game for those of you who are new to it. Damage reduction generally goes from anywhere from 5 to 20% of the armor's current value of hit points or MDC. That way, as the armor gets damaged, it has less damage reduction, less ability to absorb damage. And we'll go through that. It's easy.
Sit.
All right. So, is anybody? So Carter, you wanted to? So they already did the general store last game. So if you need any items, you needed a knife. Did you need like a vibroblade or?
No,
He's
I
wanting
mean
something
like
made.
just regular knives.
So like regular SDC knives.
Mhm.
So remember that you can take your vibroblade and you can turn it off
No.
and use it as a regular knife.
I want something like throwing knives.
Well, if you could, we've got extra vibroblades in the
Okay.
thing you could just use
Oh,
for that,
okay.
and they're pretty good actually.
And you could, if he just wants some extra like throwing knives, he could get for about 120 credits for decently SDC throwing knives.
Okay, well these are MDC. So
Right.
Yeah, but I don't
I'm
wanna be,
talking about
like,
these are throwing like
yeah.
for SDC targets. He could just.
Okay, I'll mark it off. the
If
thing
you
then.
want those in MDC, it's 3 times the price.
I
Well,
don't
like I said, we got extra vibroblades.
Yeah, I just got fire blades.
Right, but these are balanced
Yeah,
and meant for throwing, so they're +1 to strike. It's not
understand.
like a vibroblade.
Do you need some of those?
Can you refresh my
Do you
memory?
need some of those?
Did I
Okay,
get
yeah, I need
my
Do you need
Uh,
in them in NDC
charm
too?
bracelet
Yeah,
fixed?
4 SCC.
Yes.
Oh, that's right,
So-
because he took. Okay, never
Remember,
mind.
there
I
was
remember.
that weird Noctar goo on it that was shorting out the magic.
Right. Okay. And all it cost was him keeping the specimen.
Yeah,
Yes.
he decided to keep the specimen.
Okay.
And you know what kind of arrows you have?
I had a combination of, I think. I can't remember how many, but
so I
some
think
did.
the charm had 4 arrows on it.
Yes.
And it's 4 different types.
Right. One was electric.
Yeah, one was electric, fire,
One was fire.
ice, and acid.
Yes.
So write
I
those
have
down.
that down. I already have it written down, but
Okay.
I just couldn't remember.
All right. So
Is there any? So in the store, is there any like actual spell books?
inside Eldroth, yes, he has. When you come in, there was all kind of knickknacks and charms, and on either side there are magical books.
Okay.
Basically, books from like the beginner to like a more adept magic users. There's no like master magic books
Right.
in front.
Okay.
What, David?
Yes.
What would a PS 30 strength give me?
A physical strength of 30
Yeah.
for damage.
Yeah.
It gives you a plus 15 SDC damage.
Say I'm like if using that sword, what does it add to
Does it
the
give
damage,
you?
or does it add to?
Um,
Is it supernatural or?
is it supernatural strength of 30?
Yeah, superhuman strength.
That's not supernatural strength. That gives you that
It
bumps
says
you.
supernatural PS of 30,
Oh, it's super. Really?
and it also gives me a PE of 24 and adds 30 STC.
Oh shit. So a supernatural strength of 30 would give you a better attack bonus, which
That would be cool.
is on my sheet here, and I think it's like
We'll talk about that later. You have to. It's
supernatural
not something
damage,
easy to do on there.
attribute, augmented strength. Where's my supernatural strength chart? This thing broke. I need to get a new one. I almost bought one, but I kind of want to get one of the wooden ones.
You can keep track of what you do.
I pretty much know what I do.
The
I can
shit?
look back on the strings too.
Robotic strength, augmented strength. I lost my
I know,
supernatural
really.
strength chart. Seriously?
It's Mother's Day.
You gotta go more things.
Let's look over here. So a supernatural strength of 30 would add a
Excuse me.
The one that
attack bonus of.
you grab it.
I gotta find the supernatural strength chart. It's not on here.
Need some stuff at page 285 to 6 in the rule book, if that helps.
That's what I'm looking at. I'm almost there. 285 to 286. So there you go.
It's-
I
it's
actually
a
have
lot.
rewritten the supernatural strength damage,
Is this yours?
but we'll just go with this for
Okay.
now. So it would give
I just happen to
you,
be right
Never
there.
mind. It's right here.
yeah, it would give you a supernatural strength of 26 to 30 gives you, basically on a restrained punch you would do 5d6 SDC plus 15. Then you would, on a regular strength punch you would do 3d6 MDC. A full strength punch would be 66
So with that,
MDC. So you would add the excuse me, the 3d6 MDC to your 2d4 MDC.
okay, it doesn't add anything to hit.
No,
So
that would be like your physical prowess adds to hit. Well, that's a good one.
And then what's the PE?
Huh?
Physical endurance, is that right? The E? PE.
Physical endurance just makes it harder for you to tire, basically, and it gives you some saving throw bonuses.
Because that gives me a 24.
Yeah, so that would give you some saving throw bonuses
Okay, we can go
while
with that.
in combat.
We can go with that later. That's
Okay,
a big deal.
yeah. Did I see somebody raise their hand?
yes. Did we ever recharge our environmental armor?
Yes, you currently did that at, so they should be 96 hours of use. So everybody who's
How
keeping
many?
track,
Yeah. How many days have we been in
this,
town?
this is your second day,
Okay.
right?
Third day.
third day
Third
in
day.
town.
Okay.
Are they done with my arm yet?
I think that was going to be done
Are you
7
getting a new-
days.
Are you getting a
in
new
7
arm?
days.
I'm getting a shield attached to it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And we had to wait a few days for the radios anyway.
Like a magical
Yeah, the fairies are
spell.
getting
Like
teeny
he's
tiny
getting a
radios.
techno wizard.
I heard that would teleport.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did pay for the teleport, by the way.
You what?
I did go ahead and pay for the
You
teleport.
paid for the teleport?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the more and more I thought about it, I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
That's
pretty. It's pretty badass.
I'm super excited.
All right.
Oh my god. Okay.
I just want to get a little bit to the story instead of
ahead.
having everybody
that's why
buy
I'm
shit.
trying. That's why I'm trying to take care of stuff from the side back.
So, if you guys need anything further, like store-wise, just write it down, give it to Nukem, and he can look up a price,
And I'll take care of it.
and he'll take care of that. For magical items, those are things that you do have to get DM approval just because he might not have them. Or they might be incredibly expensive, like the one he just bought him. So, in all, with shopping done, day 4 arrived. The bus pulls into Suburbia's compound. There's about a 15-foot wall that surrounds a 3-story, basically horseshoe-shaped apartment complex. You think there's roughly 150 apartments in the complex. When you enter on the right side, there are 3 hangars against the far wall,
Alright.
like airplane hangars
Oh.
for like helicopters, shit like that. On the left side, there are some. It looks like shops or maybe repair places. You can see that there is definitely somebody who repairs armor, and he's. It looks like he's repairing a robot.
Okay.
The bus pulls in and is waved over to number 2 hangar, where it looks like it has been dressed out to be a biohazard isolation area. Everybody on your bus is not allowed. Is basically the guy says, if you guys step out of this building, you will be shot because you are carrying a deadly virus.
Oh.
Brett, you and your wife wake up, and you're laying in a cot. There are bright overhead lights. You know, the industrial lights just kind of overhead. It looks like you're in some kind of air hangar or something. It's big enough to be like airplanes or helicopters in here. There are the people you met on the bus, and there's makeshift cots all over, and you actually see 2 gentlemen come in, and they're carrying a cot that actually has your wife on it and sets it down next to you. You think what woke you up is you were just like transported and set down, and that you finally woke up. She wakes up shortly after that. But what are you doing?
I'd probably be very freaked out. I would check with her. I would be panicked and looking around. I'm assuming we've been in an accident or something crazy, so I would be trying to orient myself, I guess.
Yeah, your wife seems disorientated also. She's just like, what happened? Where are we?
I don't know, is our stuff with us? or
Are
is
those
our stuff-
military people? You do see anybody who is around you that wasn't on the bus is in what looks like some kind of full environmental spacesuits.
Oh, jeez,
Um,
okay.
But they're hardened. They look like something from the future, and they aren't really talking much to anybody. Yes.
When I'm assuming, I know when they're going to be back. So about every 2 hours, I radio for Nazareth's crew to see when they get here.
Okay. So they told you when they entered the city.
Oh, and as soon as they enter the city, we bid our fair dues.
Okay. When you get back, you basically come to them being isolated inside of Hangar 2.
Okay.
They said you can put on full environmental armor to go see them, but you cannot go without.
I still got my armor on.
Right. the gentleman checks your armor, checks your suit to make sure your oxygen supply is full, and that your environmental suits are working.
Alright.
Well, I have to come in, make sure to tell Nazareth everything, and tell everybody who's coming in, like, hey, this is what's going on.
Okay.
Anybody freaks out, try to calm them down, be like, hey, you'll be alright. It's just procedure.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're let in. By the time you get in there, you already see that they have brought people out on carts and assigned them cots and areas, and they're you can see Monkey George is in his biohazard suit, and he's taking blood samples, and so are his aides. He's got 4 aides that are helping him. A short guy comes up to you, and all of a sudden he turns towards you. Let me see your arm.
Oh, me?
No, Brent. You see
To me,
what looks
I
like
figured.
a monkey, a chimpanzee, is talking to you. Says, put out your arm. I need to take some blood from you.
Well, I would. Yeah, I don't know how much role playing you want me to do to
All of it.
All
Yeah.
of it.
oriented the world, but yeah, I would probably be really freaked out, and I would be asking what was going on, what was happening, where my
You-
stuff was.
Calm down. Calm down. You have been exposed to a virus. You have been
I would
exposed.
probably not let him take my blood.
I need to take your blood.
I'd probably be freaking out, like, you know.
He
yelling
waves
and-
2 guys over that come over, and one of them racks
Probably
back
just sedate me or something.
his rifle, and he says, "Sir, we need you to comply."
I would say, I'm not complying until I know what's going on here. What is happening?
Uh,
What is this? Who are you?
we are the Superb Mercenary Company, and we are protecting you. Please put out your arm, or we're gonna have to get a little rough with you.
Do I see this?
Your wife is like,
Yeah.
just let them take your blood, honey. They
Yeah,
look
this
pretty
is
scary. They look
Sorry
pretty
about my
scary.
hand.
I'm about to say, in that situation, I probably eventually would comply, but I would not be. I would
Art?
be very freaked out.
So you're very freaked out. Let me have you roll percentile dice for me. Actually, sorry, a
Okay.
20-sided dice for me.
20? Okay.
Yeah.
Do Nukem and I see any of this?
Yeah, I can do this. Just give me a minute.
17.
Okay. So, as you're freaked out and you're not wanting them to give your blood, one of the guys goes and reaches towards you, and you may activate your bio manipulation. Any one of
Oh,
those.
yeah.
If you need to roll up just like a 10-sided die and just go down the list, that's fine. Because remember,
This is like my latent powers coming to
Yeah.
life or something.
and
Alright.
like you feel this energy come out of you and hit this guy.
Oh, wow. Okay. So let me see, how many powers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. It's all
Yeah,
those
so
side
D6.
dice. Okay. That'll be interesting. Blue. That is mute. That mutes him.
Um,
Oh no.
so the guy who's grabbing onto you, say,
He gets a saving throw though. Yeah.
yeah, he got a 4.
Oh god.
It's a
Okay.
failure. He said, "Sir," and all of a sudden it just like stops. But his hands are on you, and he's kind of being rough, pushing you down on the bed. Your wife, you hear her in the background, and then she starts yelling, "Get your hands off my husband! Get your hands off of him!" And then somebody starts putting their hands on her,
Oh, no.
and I'm gonna say power number. What power went off before?
That was mute. Yeah.
Was that 6?
No, that was 3. 6 would be 1, 2,
Number-
3, 4. 6 is stun.
So,
Oh.
so yeah, power number 6 goes off, and all of a sudden the guy who has his hands on your wife, just
Yeah.
like gets stunned and falls over. Pow! Just on the ground.
Wow. Yeah, we would probably, if we could get away, we might run. Yeah, we might run.
Okay, you still have the guy who's manhandling you, trying to force you down on the bed.
Oh, that's right. You know, it says that for the first melee round, they are shocked and panicked. So they have -2 to strike, parry, and dodge for 1 round only with mute.
Right.
FYI.
So he has a 14 to grab a hold of you.
Okay.
That's with his negative. So you can choose the dodge if you would like, which is a 20-sided die.
Okay, I'll do that. Oh crap.
So he seems a little bit disoriented as he's pushing you down to the bed, and he's trying to talk to you, and like you see his mouth moving, but no words are coming out. He kind of stops for a second and is just like,
And then he manhandles me.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then random power number 4 goes off.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, tissue manipulation. It says.
All of a sudden, you can see that he's screaming. He
Yeah.
hasn't. He lets go of you. He's screaming, and you see like these boils and bubbles start like popping out of his face, and
Jeez.
he's screaming as if he's in horrifying pain. He drops down to his knees, and he's like trying to grab his face. He takes off his helmet to mess
no.
with to mess with the boils that are on his flesh.
Man.
Oh my
By the
god.
way, I don't think it matters for game purposes, but I wrote these things down in a different word than they are in the rule book, so I'll start using the rule book order. But I don't think it really made any difference. I just
No, the way you wrote it down is just fine. It's
Okay, yeah,
totally
just FYI.
random.
just so you don't think I was just doing something wrong there.
And as you're looking at him, and you're like you were angry at them, you feel like this is like a manifestation that you're doing.
Wow, this must be a dream.
So you come up, Nukem, right at that point where this guy pulls off his helmet, and he's holding his face, and you see boils popping out of his face, and his tissues just like, it looks inflamed and just horrifyingly gross.
Man, that sucks for you. Hey, dude.
Oh,
Is
man.
y'all still freaking out?
Yeah, he's kind of backed up against the wall and just kind of trying to get his
Do I see his wife freaking
bearings.
out too?
His wife.
One guy's manhandling me, right? Already stopped when he got the
Oh,
boils.
he stopped.
Yeah, he took off his helmet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So your wife, because that guy, he actually had left some marks on her arm, and you had stunned him. She actually loses her saving throw, and she's like enraged at this guy, and you see her just come down, and it looks like that what is that Street Fighter movie when that girl that has that kick or that energy, she punches this guy right in the chest, and you see his armor just cave in.
Oh,
What the
jeez.
heck?
So
Wow.
you can write down that your NPC wife has telekinetic punch.
Wow.
Nice.
That's a pretty.
That's like the last thing I would want her to have in real life. Because I would not be alive right now, probably. But I will write it down. Alright. This is like a nightmare.
So I'm like walking up in between going, yo guys,
Yeah.
let's all be chill.
I'd probably be trying to gather her and get out of there as soon as I could. Because
Hey,
I was so
hey, there's no need of running because then they'll shoot at you. Just chill out and sit down and I can fix everything.
Very much, friends.
Be cool.
It's like, who are you and what is going on around here?
Okay, anybody who has now approached him, describe your character, starting with Nukem and then going down Lightfoot. That's just what's on.
Which,
Well,
the stream here. Yeah.
I'm going bald on top, and I got this nice little skullet going on in the back. You know,
He
all
looks
the
just
party.
like him.
I look exactly like me, except about 40 pounds lighter. I'm in armor, and I'm carrying a staff. Although there's a bag over the end of it.
You have a bag over the staff.
Yeah, dude, it's freaking scary. You don't want to scare people.
No.
And I'm
That
like,
would even look
The tarot
worse.
card.
yeah, and I'm wearing armor with a full environmental suit, and I make it clear so he can see me. And I just hold up my hands and go, hey, if y'all just chill out and sit down for a minute, I can make this process go a lot smoother than what it is now. And I can make sure that they don't physically touch you or roughhouse you anymore. All right?
Okay, that would probably help calm me down. Yeah, that's good. I'd listen to that.
Okay,
And,
so
and I look at his
Your
wife.
wife, mommy.
Yeah.
She says,
Sorry, folks.
you guys have some explaining to do. Don't you put your fucking hands on me.
Yes, ma'am.
But she says it in Japanese.
You know my wife.
If
You
she's
know
speaking
my
Japanese, if she's speaking Japanese, I go, Ni hao nukum?
That's Chinese, but okay.
What? Hey,
Right.
I don't know.
Right. No. So I just rolled a reaction for you, and she says, "That's Chinese, asshole," and goes to kick you in the junk.
Wow. Oh, man.
I go to.
Were you Asian hating?
I go to.
Oh, that's the,
I go to
the,
Dodge
the
that,
lowest
sir.
that you're gonna hear.
Roll a dodge.
I'd probably be trying to like pull her
I
off
got a
there,
19.
You know, 'cause I feel like
You step back. And she kind of overcorrected for her kick and kind of and she's like, "I'm Japanese. I'm not Chinese."
That's fine,
No.
but I don't speak Japanese. And you were
I'd be like,
right.
honey, please.
Okay.
Let's hear him out. I'd probably be kind of
She
following
got
that.
she got a nat 20 to compose herself. She's just like, she's still
Okay.
mad, but she's just like,
I go get 2 chairs, and I sit them down. I get me a 3rd chair, and I sit down in front of them. Like,
"You just let him talk to me like that?"
I fried a guy right in front of you.
I was gonna shame you.
Wow.
What he has to say. I mean, maybe there's some explanation here.
and then I say, please have a seat. I'll explain everything.
Fill up table.
Okay, you guys sit down.
Yeah, I probably would if I felt like there was somebody sympathetic and I could figure out what was going on.
Your wife decides. She says, "I'll stand," and she just puts her hands on the back of the chair.
Oh, that's fine.
You're just gonna be uncomfortable.
And I said, well,
Yeah.
my name is Christopher Newcomb. I am from Poplar Bluff, Missouri. I rifted here. And now I'm in this strange place, kind of like you are, with all these abilities that you probably don't understand. I wait for their reaction.
I'd probably be doing like that blinking guy meme. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Where are we? Where
well, you're in the Colorado Baronies. You're in a
Colorado,
town. You're in a town called Hope. When we rifted over,
What's rifted? What's rifted?
okay,
Yeah, what are you?
So I start-
saying?
you saw a pretty blue light with like electrical arcs and stuff.
Yeah, in our campsite.
Exactly.
Oh,
Those
Yeah,
are those are called ley lines. And these ley lines.
like the ancient Chinese dragon
sort of-
lines.
Like
Yes.
like in the game.
Yeah. In that game, exactly.
What game? What?
I'm talking to him too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
She,
So like, I asked the question.
Everything
I said,
goes
"Have you
with
played
it."
riffs?"
I haven't. I know what you're talking about. It's Are you trying to tell me that
It's all real.
Riffs
man.
is real?
It's all real, sir. Every bit of it.
Unfortunately, it is. Yes.
Welcome to the suck.
you guys are having some.
Yeah.
This is some kind of like mass hallucination.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
Yeah,
right.
this
This isn't
this
real.
can't be real.
I sometimes wish that it was, but it's not.
What did they give us on that bus?
Which bus
Actually-
you rode this bus in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could have been anything.
It's all natural, man.
It really could have been anything.
There was like a dragon in there or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
You actually see him. Yeah, he lifts his head up and says hi. He's about 40 feet from you, laying down.
Who are these people trying to take our blood and inject us with stuff?
Well,
What are they talking about? Virus? I don't
no,
understand.
that's the curious thing. These folks are only trying to help.
Who are you?
They really. Well, who am I?
Yeah, who are
Oh,
you?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I need
who are
to
you?
clear my visor. So when I clear my visor, you see
Dun dun
that
dun.
individual.
Pierce
Like
Brosnan.
that.
Oh wow.
Literally.
Pierce
Right
Brosnan's so
like that.
sexy.
Well,
Yeah, but he's talking.
he's not
in a
exactly like
strange-
that.
Yeah, he doesn't speak with an English accent. So
Okay. All right.
yeah. I'm Dr. Asclepius. I too transported here via RIP a few years back.
What figure?
Well, these folks are actually here to help get this virus under control. They need your blood to develop a cure, so to speak.
Are we sick? Are you saying we have a virus?
It's possible. It's possible. It's unlikely at this point.
Oh
but
shit! Is it
to be
COVID?
safe.
Did COVID kill everyone?
Oh, sweetie, it's the worst. It's way worse than that.
Yeah, because remember, Brett, you're just coming out of COVID right now. Like it's.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's,
Right.
it's
I probably.
way worse than COVID.
Well, wait a minute. How do we get? You're saying we cannot get back? What this?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
There's a possibility that you could get back if you desire to do so, but
Yeah, I want to get back right now.
well, give it a day or two. You can't go back right now.
You need a history check, man.
Yeah.
How far back are we talking?
Suffice it to say that you're at least 200 to 250 years in the future.
What?
That's. Wait a minute.
I'm not lying. It's the truth. So you're in Colorado, but you're in a Colorado of the future.
Of the future.
After the apocalypse.
Gotta love time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you missed all the fun stuff.
So
Uh,
are we in
There,
some kind of
something
military
secret now.
place?
Yeah. Well, is this like a military thing? Or what's
It
going on?
is, well, it is, but it isn't. This is a free mercenary company headquarters, and they're helping us develop the cure.
Is the United States still a thing, or what is that?
No.
There's
No.
no United States anymore. No United States, no.
Or Japan?
No, yeah.
Well,
Japan might still be there, but no.
it's not the Japan that you remember.
So I'm gonna step up and introduce myself. I'm Lightfoot. I look to be about 23, but theoretically I'm 63.
Wow.
And I'm gonna offer some tea that will have some calming herbs in it for you guys.
Who became like the big Noctar?
So you don't tell them that it has calming herbs, right?
No,
Okay.
no.
So you
Yeah.
she offers you some tea.
Would you like
Oh.
some tea? I can make you some tea, and I can tell you that everything is gonna be okay. I rifted in myself about 4 years ago, and it's not so bad here. There's some challenges, but
Where are you guys from? I would say, like, when and where are you from?
I'm from 2018 Grants Pass, Oregon.
And I rifted from Grants Pass in 2018.
Okay. Wow. Well, if the tea didn't look or smell weird, I might
90.
take it.
So are we there?
Yeah, you're there. You're all there now.
Just like
Oh.
normal tea.
I tell them.
Everybody's there.
I tell them that I rifted like a few
And
months ago.
Nynaeve,
I would probably.
I rifted. Oh wait, did I rift?
You see a fairy about 6 inches tall fly up, and she's saying that. She has.
Oh, wow.
Do you have
That's
your
amazing.
background picture for that for Nynaeve?
I don't. I took it off.
Oh, bummer.
But I can put it back on.
I tell them that I rifted like a few months ago.
Yeah, me
So-
too. I rifted a couple months back.
So
So-
to kind of, to kind of
That's-
sum things up, you
Oh,
know,
beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm actually 61, but I look like I'm in my late 20s, early 30s. It's complicated, but
The rift affects. I'd be trying to process everything. The rifts.
Well,
affect
The
your age.
rift isn't
Yeah.
what made me a
This
night
isn't
fall
the rift.
into a pool of water.
this is not the risk.
That
I
had
know,
magical powers.
I know I look a little more intimidating than your average doctor because I'm wearing camouflage body armor,
Yeah.
tons of weapons, but
He's a medical doctor.
it's the way of this place.
Are we in danger besides this virus, or everybody's armed? Is there something going on? Or
Right? No, unfortunately, this is how you go about life
Yeah.
here in Rift Earth.
I-
If you're not armed, you're likely to be dead.
I have a gun in my stuff somewhere. Where's my stuff?
Ah,
I suggest you start wearing it.
yeah, you might be.
You might be able to throw it at
Be able to
them.
outfit you with some armor and other things that you'll need.
Right, but for now, you have the luxury of being in a relatively safe place.
Mm-hmm.
And calm environment.
We
you know.
better what we
Who's
say.
this ape man trying to take my blood?
While the ape man is a genius level scientist
He actually approaches again.
and is
Oh.
quite
I think.
he's quite adept at medicine. He's going to help.
Are the specimens calmed down now? May I take their blood?
Yes, George. Yes.
Ah.
Do I have my stuff anywhere nearby, or?
You should.
My name is Dr. George. May I take your blood?
Oh, he's asking nicely.
I promise he'll take care of you.
How much blood are you planning to take?
Oh, just a vial. Small, 1 ounce.
Really?
Just
I
to
don't-
do some tests.
I feel like we don't have much choice, but I'm not comfortable with this. I have to say.
I understand, and I would like to apologize to you because unfortunately we all got exposed to this virus. So
We
you
want to
became,
make sure that you have.
you became exposed when you got on the bus, unfortunately.
So we risked it to a dangerous, different time and place,
Yes.
and we are exposed to a deadly virus at the same time.
Well, you have actually
It
done,
could be.
you've done much better than I did when I came to this. So you have found a safe place. So take advantage of it for a few days and assimilate a little better. For now, just relax, just be calm, and in a few days you'll be relatively virus free.
I would probably try, out of character, I'd probably try to negotiate some sort of delay in taking the blood until I could get my bearings. And so,
Ah,
um,
okay.
That's a good idea.
So
I'd probably be like, well, let me figure out what's what. I don't feel what to it. Or
George
something.
says, well, let me explain this virus to you. Every morning or every few hours, you're going to wake up and you're going to be in excruciating pain. Back bending, horrible pain. And you're going to get sores, pox, all over your skin like that gentleman over there. And then you're just going to slowly degenerate and die. So, I will give you 12 hours. But you can't leave this room. At all. At all. Neither of you. Until you give me your blood and I am able to make an antidote for you.
But can they have visitors?
Can they have visitors?
As long
Are
as you
they
have
on the-
had the antidote or the
Inoculations.
vaccine.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure. Socializing is healthy.
So are they still on the bus?
No, they
No,
We're out. We're
Yeah,
out.
Out of the bus.
they're in a clean
So you
room, a building that's been basically it's biohazard. Drapes
Okay.
over it. They're just it's all white. There's just some seats and beds laying around. They're just sitting in 2 chairs and being explained.
Or you're just working to develop an antidote to the virus?
It's complicated. But in a,
I have developed a vaccine that temporarily disrupts the virus. But then you must take a weekly injection.
What if we don't have the virus? How do we know? Do you have a test?
That's
Well,
what the test is.
the
That
blood
is
test
the
will
blood
tell.
I'm
That's what you
taking.
need the blood for.
Yes.
Right. One of the reasons, yes.
Okay, I would probably agree eventually because I don't think you have any choice, but
Right.
Well, my hope is that you're free of the virus and then you'll be okay.
yes, that would be good. Are there, how do I protect myself if I don't have the virus? Can I get a suit? Can I,
Well, yes, but the virus is not present in the environment. It's only transmitted from person to person at the moment.
Well, and I was gonna say, isn't there is an inoculation against
Yes.
the virus, so if he
Yes.
doesn't have the virus, he can get that and they should be fine.
That's where I was going with this. Yeah. Yeah.
So
okay,
let me have you roll a 20-sided dice for yourself and one for your wife.
okay. That's all very persuasive. I think eventually I would really start to believe that, so,
Okay.
let's see. And,
I mean,
So with a little more conviction, you allow them to draw your blood.
there's talking monkeys.
Yeah,
and
I probably
fairies,
would.
Come on.
given the circumstances.
The doctor does an expert
I
job
felt people were saying,
in doing phlebotomy, drawing your blood, and you don't even feel it.
Nice job, George.
Yeah. Thanks, Dr. George.
What'd you get for your 20-sided roll?
I rolled an 11 and she rolled a 7.
Okay, so you both do have the virus.
Great.
Uh-oh.
However, you guys are both
Oh,
human.
no, look at
News.
that.
With- You guys are both human with no
Magical.
Well, supernatural.
no supernatural. Well, that's not
Some
true.
weird psionic abilities apparently, but
Right.
that's it.
You're just human right now, and you have no. You're a carrier, but you're not suffering from the disease. They still have to give you the inoculation because you are a carrier, and you can spread it.
What's causing this? Are the rifts causing the virus? I would probably be asking all kinds of dumb questions like,
You know,
No,
where is it coming
You
from?
have been exposed to
some
Hey.
asshole opened a grenade.
Somebody open a
a
chemist store.
bioweapon that one of your friends opened up.
Yes.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
accident.
We don't talk about that.
By accident.
We don't talk about Bruno.
It,
Somehow.
for the
For
humans,
sure.
it only took about 6 hours for him to develop the inoculation for you, and
Okay.
they give it to you. Do you guys
Wow.
during that time? You guys let them just kind of get acclimated to the thing?
Yeah.
yeah,
I would,
hang out
yeah,
and talk.
I'd probably be asking lots of questions and
Okay, so you guys are gonna hang out and talk.
Oh, Nynaeve will be answering all the questions.
The little fairy.
I'll leave I'll leave that to Nynaeve. I'll go and do my thing.
Okay. What questions do you have?
Oh, me? Oh, I would be asking everything under the sun, I'm sure, about the world and the rifts and what's been going on, the threats,
I tell him my entire life story,
Oh God!
starting
I would-
That's why I'm gonna leave.
Start. If you're gonna try that, you better role play that.
No,
I
that's
feel like
gonna
we
take
should,
a really long time.
I feel like we should use the SpongeBob 5 years
You're
later.
right.
5
Yeah.
years later.
Yeah,
So,
right, 5 years later.
so basically, you hear a
Later.
story of a fairy that grew up
Twins.
in another world, in a garden. Sounds like she was trapped in some garden to harvest magical flowers and make potions.
Mhm.
And then one
And
day,
be a battery. Her life was
Yeah.
awful.
she and her sister, Raylakin, rebelled, and they stole their mother's magical key. left the garden and locked them all in there, and
I forgot about that.
made their way.
Not sure I ever heard this story.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Amazing.
You've heard pieces of it.
And then they made their way to Rift's Earth somehow. I'm sure you'll hear that later on. And here they are, because they have like the minds of goldfish.
Just goldfish.
Yes, James.
Goldfish, nice.
Poor
Come in.
lady.
Towards the end of her
Poor
story.
goldfish.
Okay, so
Yeah.
James chimes in right as there says, and then we ended up right here in front of you, telling you to calm down.
Yeah, and
Chapter 36.
whatever you do, I'm Newcomb's friend James. Whatever you do, do not make any deals with the fairies.
Oh, no.
And you look
No.
human too, James? Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do
I
not
like
eat
beard and all, man.
anything they give you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've read about that in folklore, yeah. So it's real, you're saying. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yes. Yes.
Wait.
Very
They're
well.
they're quite a pain
I
in
want
the
to know
ass.
about the dragon too. I would probably ask all kinds of questions about. Just because I'm a nerd personally and I love all this kind of stuff, I'd probably be asking.
Okay, so you walk, you
I love that song.
It's a good song.
Let's get you in the appropriate pose spot. Now, James, I need you to take a picture of this.
Why?
Because no one else realized that.
No, no, no.
Why?
No, I'm not a child. No. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's awesome.
So all of that together, the Hemlock was about. Okay.
One thing we didn't go over in our little circle powwow is what we're doing.
Oh.
young and his type probably.
I was gonna say she's.
Has a pulse.
Give me the
Well,
pen.
Superbia has a pulse,
No.
or she has a pulse.
Well, alright, I know Asclepius says that he is an enemy of Natosa. Well, by gosh, if he is, then when she sees him, it's on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
Yep.
So all we gotta do is just get her within the vicinity where she can see him.
So you go to her because she's not in your little cabal.
Yeah.
And neither is James.
I go talk to James first.
All right. So.
Yeah, gonna offer me up.
Oh, no, I'd be going with you.
Newcomb comes to you.
I'd be going
He's got a pretty serious look on his face as he approaches you.
We have a conundrum. I'm under the impression from Dr. Asclepius that this dude, Superbia, is an enemy of Natosa. Which is a bad thing.
Mhm.
Well, not saying I don't trust Dr. Asclepius somewhat, but I'd like confirmation. The only way I know of to get confirmation right now is I still remember Kaylee, when she sees an enemy of Natosa, she can tell the difference.
Okay.
So we need to get her within close enough proximity that she can see him.
That's fine. Me and her haven't made introductions to him, so.
Correct. What a wonderful idea.
Awesome.
Don't they glow?
Yeah, they glow red.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, can't make proper introductions unless we bring gifts. So I'm gonna spend about. We'll wait till close to the end of the night, and I'm gonna spend the rest of the day making him a gift.
What's the gift?
Oh, I have this big pouch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some cement and some gasoline, and I'm gonna get a blender, and I'm gonna blow me up some leaves here, put them in a big pot, put them over the fire, and sprinkle me some cement on top, and fill it full of gasoline, and slowly, slowly turn it with a stick.
What are you fucking making?
I'm making Coke.
With gasoline and cement.
Yeah, that's how it's made.
Oh, okay. I did not know. That sounds like meth.
Oh no, that's a whole different recipe.
Well, now
Would you
with
like
the
that one?
leaves in it.
Huh?
Did you like that
Oh,
one?
that's right. You have the coca leaves. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot that's what you have.
Yeah.
You make him some cocaine.
Is this the kind that you snort?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so roll
Okay.
your brewery skill,
Wow.
You put it under the tongue.
and so you're making some fucking cocaine. Nice.
Wow.
Wow.
And
49,
I was only to try
sir.
cocaine.
okay, so it takes you till sundown to pretty much make a small quantity of this cocaine.
Yeah.
It's okay grade cocaine. Like,
Hey man, we're just looking for like 74%.
yeah, he'll enjoy it.
Oh my god.
And
Then,
what?
then I take
Cocaine dealers.
Dragon Vicodin.
Oh, fuck. Oh, so you mix you.
Chop it up real fine. I
Okay.
get out.
I got fentanyl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
A little bit of
you
fentanyl
make
and
this
he's toast.
cocaine dragon Vicodin mixture.
What is the dragon?
Okay. We should
You remember
sprinkle some
it was
fentanyl in
some
there.
it was a bottle of pills that he found on Palladium
No, it's a blister pack.
inside that
It's a blister pack.
oh that's right.
Yeah.
It was a blister pack.
And
So
it's like-
you make this. It takes you all day. Meanwhile, what is Jolene and Brent and those of you who aren't part of the soiree of drug
Murder.
making murder hobos?
I'm just practicing with the tools Nukem gave me.
Correct.
Okay.
Practicing with my throw knife.
So you're practicing. So you can put 25 points down practicing with those throwing knives as a skill.
Where's that out on the paper?
You're gonna have to write that down on
What
your
proficiency?
skills you're learning. Throwing knives.
Throwing efficiency.
Oh, WP thrown knives.
Yes. Rowan, you're part of the cabal. James, what have you been doing with? You just kind of hanging out with everybody, acclimating.
Thinking of a name for my new sword.
Ah.
Ah.
Okay.
Now, quick question on that.
Yes.
You said I had 3 spells, right?
WP throwing knives.
Each one can be cast 3 times a day?
Yes.
Cool.
At level 6 proficiency.
Yep.
Super cool.
Anything else after like throwing knives?
So Brent, you have been spending the last couple hours kind of just learning how to put your armor on, take it off, put it
Yeah.
back on, trying to make it.
Laser pistol practice.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about rounds right now. They'll fill it up. You're just practicing shooting it. Yeah, you realize the gun is fairly light, and there's no recoil at all. And the only noise it makes is like a bare like electrical sound. No pew pew.
These don't have training wheels.
There's another guy practicing next to you, and his makes noise, and it looks like almost the same model. If you ask him, he explains to you that, well, the manufacturer puts in a sound device so that you know that you're shooting your weapon. Like yours, it seems like it's probably a military issue one, where this is a civilian one, and this just lets us know that we fired our gun. Because the light itself it's invisible. You can't see it unless you got special optics on.
Gotcha.
I mean,
It's like a silencer or something.
I like your model though. Would you like to trade?
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I think I'll keep this one.
You sure? I'll give you this and 300 credits.
Done, my friend.
Okay, so he hands you a credit chip with 300 credits on it, and the same gun, but it has sound.
Oh, wait. Is this? Maybe I misunderstood who this was. This is somebody within our group.
No,
Nope.
No.
this is
Oh,
just.
okay. Then I could not because I got this binding agreement to return the stuff.
But if he wasn't a lawyer, he'd take
Good
that
memory.
deal.
Awesome. Okay. He's like,
So I would want to, but then I would think, oh, I better like not. So.
how about 500 credits?
Oh my god.
I signed this
Well, how
contract.
about this? How about you go talk to my friend Newcomb over there and see, because this is really his.
Oh,
Or this the group's rather. He's the representative that I know of.
all right. Gentleman comes up to you while you're stirring your pot of cocaine, hooch, whatever you're making.
This is so crazy.
He walks up, hey, buddy. Your friend there, Brent, this newcomer. I was just wondering. I like his silent weapon that he has. I asked him if I could trade him for this and a couple hundred credits, and he said that it was yours.
Yeah, because he's part of my mercenary group. He's under contract with me and all of his gear. So, but yeah, I'll holler at Brent. Be like, yeah, go ahead and take the deal. It'd be
All
fine.
right.
500 credits.
You look at the gun that he has. It is pretty much the same gun.
Yeah, that's why I figured it just had a
Just makes noise.
What damage does that one do?
2d4.
2d4.
Okay, so Brett, you actually got a better deal because his gun does 2d6,
Oh,
and
nice.
he gives you 500 credits.
Nice.
So now you actually got your own. You got some folding money.
Yeah.
Well, we're using your equipment, so this is probably your.
The guy got a 89% on his roll for weapon quality, and believed that your weapon was better than his because it was silent. I mean, he'll never get caught with sound, but
Right.
it doesn't do as much damage.
No, it's fine. Whatever money you make, your money.
All right.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, because you gotta have money to survive on. I mean, we're gonna fund some things, but there's some things you're just not gonna be able to get funded by us.
The guy's like,
Oh.
"Thanks, man,"
appreciate
and then after he loads a clip and he fires it, and he's just like, fires it again. Huh.
Well, it seemed to work as well.
Looks a little bummed, looks at you, goes to say something about trading back. Come to think of it, I don't really. It's quiet, but it's just not the same.
Go backsies.
Yeah, a deal is a deal.
A deal's a deal.
Deal is a deal.
He's like, yeah, I thought I'd ask, but no problem. He goes off.
That money's been spent already, probably.
Ruined his day.
Sometimes you feel
My
like
mind,
that,
anyway.
and sometimes you don't.
That money's been spent.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Ruined that poor guy's day.
Yeah, you can buy me a new purse.
Yeah. Yeah. My wife would never forgive me if I just turned that deal down.
Jaden.
Yeah.
What is John Wilson doing?
What is he
Houston.
Perhaps he's training those who don't know how to put on armor and shoot mega damage weapons.
doing? Oh yeah.
Swing a sword.
All right.
Or swing a sword.
Or swing a sword. Yeah, you could
I'll
train
swing-
people.
Swing a sword. I can show you how to swing a sword.
You sweet.
Nah, because I've had training. I don't have a lot of hand-to-hand combat, but I can swing a sword.
So, Mr. Floyd, you get into the vehicle with
The mayor.
George,
Oh, George.
and you were going to talk to George. He's like, "Hi, Floyd. How you doing? This is interesting. What do you need?"
Superbia. He's dead. Superbia's dead.
What? What? What are you talking about?
The Baron gave me feathers. Feathers.
Superbia? He's dead?
He's dead.
The feathers smell like him? Wait a minute.
Superbia's imposter. He's a shapeshifter.
No way. I've been working for him for a couple of years now.
He is. He is a shapeshifter.
Is he?
He really is.
Right.
So you're saying that the puppy fucker is Superbia?
It is now.
Oh my gosh.
Where's Superbia then?
He's dead. She just said that.
Dad.
Where's he at? Where's his body?
The feathers. The Baron. The proof. The evidence. It's Superbia. The real Superbia. Real. The real.
Such a weird conversation.
We've got to go.
Great.
You know Floyd's Great Dane, right?
Great Dane?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Is he Great Dane?
Yeah, he's Scooby Doo.
No, shit. That's awesome.
Only in riffs could this happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I look like Scooby-Doo, but I'm more like in shape, you know?
maybe we should go to our new
98
friends.
pounds, muscle, 6 foot, standing up, 6'4".
Nice.
Ooh,
Damn,
nice.
he's a big ass dog.
Yes, he's a big dog.
I'm always in my body armor.
Okay, so he's huge. Holy crap, he's hulking mass.
Camouflage body armor.
Okay.
Nice.
You sure?
The nose don't
I'm
lie.
really sure. The same.
I trust you. I know. I just don't know what to do. Like, what do we do? Do we just... Hey, if he's a puppy fucker, then there's still a bounty for him.
And guess what? Guess what I found out at the breakfast?
But what happened to my friend Suburbia?
Well, he died a long time ago.
He's like... He thinks... That would explain... You know, we gotta get some evidence of this. Superbia is supposed to go somewhere tomorrow, I think, to another town to get some supplies. Maybe we should trail him, or...
At the breakfast, they're setting a trap. They want to kill Suburbia. I heard.
What? Well,
The people at the
Double
table.
agent.
let's,
The group at the table.
perhaps we could get their help then.
We'll kill him on the spot.
Okay.
Baron wants his head.
The mayor does? Or the baron?
Proof. The Baron wants proof. Surveillance.
Well, how about you ask our friends to help this? Perhaps I would say we pay them, but I'll give them some treatments for free.
No need. Just let them proceed. We just need proof before they kill them.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
No, we're gonna kill it tonight, so.
He'll shift back to his normal form.
So you just want to let them? How about you help them with their plan? Yeah.
If you pay, I go.
Go tell them you heard them and help them with their plan. But tell them you need evidence so that we can collect the money. Or wait, he already did. We can take the money from him when we kill him. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not much of a fighter, so I can't partake in this. But you're strong, strapping dog boy.
Hmm?
You remember the monkey's only like 3.5 feet tall.
Oh,
He's like patting your legs.
I didn't know he was that
The
short.
dog boy's 6'4"
Yeah, he has to sit on a stool to pat you.
and almost 200 pounds.
That's his hands up.
Oh, and all,
Nice
all
one.
you hear is me in the background singing off key.
Who's,
If
I
you
love
want
Dr.
to take
George.
her out,
who's getting
you
bruised?
gotta hang out. Cocaine. I'm
Okay,
not singing it. I'm just reciting the verse.
he's like, go help them. Go help them.
Who's getting bruised?
Use a camera. Use a camera. Perhaps when he dies, he will change back into his true form.
I don't have camera.
They probably do. They're suits. Yeah. Go tell him you help him. Yeah. I think I'm gonna get some more of my equipment out of the lab
I don't
when
know
we
if
leave.
Yeah.
He radios his men and tells them, you hear him giving instructions for them to start moving all of the equipment in the building into his vehicle. He's like, I won't have much room, but it doesn't seem like this place is going to be safe. And he says, go help them, okay? I will deal with this.
Smart monkey.
Righty room.
Okay. So do you go approach them? Who do you approach? Dr. Asclepius, Newcomb, or Rowan?
Ooh,
Or Lightfoot? They were all
that is a
in on it.
question.
Yeah, you could get very different
I would
responses.
say Dr. Slepius because he had
Good
mentioned
choice.
how he was going to nicely inject them with some lethal substance.
Okay. So
I would
Dr.
approach him and say, before you kill him, take a picture. Proof.
So Dr. Asclepius, where are you at currently?
Fine, I'm down in the den having a little drink.
Okay. So Floyd, that's
Oh.
where you find him.
Yes.
Having a drink in the den, sitting on a bar stool, watching some strippers with
I'm doing some
4
comparative
titties.
anatomy studies.
Okay. So there is some kind of weird octopus lady and
Oh, I'm right there watching.
and a four-breasted mutant lizard lady, and they are rubbing up against each other on a pole.
Ew.
And the octopus lady seems to be extruding some strange like slime
Nope.
out of her
Stop
pores.
We have shift from honest role playing
Still watching.
to weird hentai.
Academic interest only.
Oh my gosh, that's gross.
No, it's like
That's crazy.
necrophilia.
I should talk.
Another weird dude.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
So,
So before I approach Dr. Asclepius, is there what was my last? I'm just recalling now. When was the last time I actually was close counters with Suburbia?
Close Counters with Superbia probably 5 weeks ago. He's been acting kind of weird the last month. Now that you think about it, different, more secretive, and more like he's been hanging more out in his flat with ladies when he brings them there. And he never lets the puppy, the female girl, out of his den. You haven't seen her. Occasionally, you hear her barking.
And what was this? Apparently, what when was this puppy fucker killed?
Oh, about 2 or 3 years ago, supposedly.
Oh,
Because I was gonna say if it was more, okay, that's
more recent.
But the rumors of him reappearing are only about 3 months old.
He lost control.
yeah. So
Only able to keep it in
the
for so
timeline
long.
is he had the feathers for 3 years, the Baron.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and if I would, like, even if I go and try to track where the origins of where these feathers were, like, if I would backtrack to the place to maybe find a proximity, I can do an object read or something there.
Ah.
That's what I was thinking of doing, but it's up to you.
Did you?
What a doctor Cibius, because that would give me more information.
So you'll have to find some. You'll have to object read the feathers.
So didn't he kill the puppy fucker in Grants Pass?
He did. He killed him in Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of character. That's out of character.
That's right. That's right.
He killed him in Oregon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm in character. I'm just thinking, like, if that makes sense, and then I realize, well, that's in Oregon.
Yeah. My character wouldn't know that though, because my character was
Right.
comatose then. So-
Right. You do know that he said he caught him in Oregon territory.
Right. Right. That's all I would know. Yeah.
That's how Floyd knows too, because he bragged about it.
The only thing I can do is, before I go see Dr. Cibius, is to go back to the Baron
Okay.
and see if I can check, like, just do one more thing and say, look, I'm gonna look at the feathers. I need to look at the feathers.
Okay. So, yeah, you travel back to the Baron. You actually find out that he's at his residence now. You walk up, you see the same guards, and they're just. His residence seems to have more guards around. He has 12 guards, and some of them they're it looks like they're planning something. The door to the Baron's or residence is open, and when you walk in there's a couple people around a table planning something. You can see a 3D image, and it looks like roughly the part of town where Suburbia's complex is.
It's too letting grass grow, that's for sure.
Are we role playing this part, or should we just get to the part where I get the feathers?
You see the Baron comes downstairs and he says, "Oh, Floyd,
How do you do? Baron!
you have come back. Have you found proof already?"
Oh, if you don't mind.
Oh, he cut out.
He froze a
I'd
little.
like to look at the feathers, if you don't mind.
Ah, yes.
Right.
He takes them out of his pocket and says, "Yes, they're right here." Go ahead and roll your object read.
So I get the feathers, and I believe I need to touch them.
Yes.
Okay, so I place my hand on that, and that's cost me 6 ISP.
Okay.
And then
So-
I need to roll for object read, right?
Yes.
Let's see, it says that I just use 6 ISP and I get object read. So I guess I gotta do D100 to see if I was able to do it.
Yeah, I just want to know how good your roll is, and that's going to say how
Easy,
much.
24.
So you got a 44. You're concentrating in.
24.
What's that?
24.
Oh, 24. You concentrate, and you start getting images of somebody looking at Superbia, who is driving. So Superbia has his famous '57 Chevy that he had converted to a hover vehicle. It happens to be in his property, in his prized possession. And you get these images of, from the perspective of somebody looking at him while he's driving, and they're talking, and then you can see like the guy's perception changes to like a higher perception, like he got bigger, like maybe he transformed into something else. And he sounds like Foghorn Leghorn. They're in a scuffle, and then all of a sudden you see Suburbia like shoots Foghorn Leghorn in the face. the guy, you just see him come up, takes a weapon out and shoots him. He jumps out, and you can see his wings are flapping around as he's flapping around in the air about 150 feet off the ground. And then you see Suburbia's car drive off and turn around, and then you see it looks like missile racks open up on the car, and the last thing that's seen is about 12 missiles impacting on the person whose perception it is, and then there's just some like pictures of what it looks like. You see Suburbia like picking up the feather by stuffing feathers into a large sack, and pieces of the remains of Foghorn Leghorn, or the puppy fucker.
So I got a visual of Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, you think that the puppy fucker was killed?
Yeah, but now in Object Read, did I ever know how Foghorn Leghorn looked like before? I guess not, right?
You know that he looked like a big chicken.
Right. Now I know he looked like a big chicken, but now I actually got a visual.
Yes, of
So is
what
there
he
anything
what he
like-
looks like. You got a snippet of what his aura looks like. But in all intents and purposes, right now, the Suburbia smells exactly like the feathers.
Yeah.
So I'm going to switch back to the other group, because you guys were going to send Kaylee to check out,
And me.
and you to
And
check
me.
out. Okay.
Because I got to bring a gift.
Right. So you bring the gift. You come to his area. You know that everybody points you in the direction that he's in his flat, and he's spent most of the last couple days there. As you approach, go ahead and roll a 20-sided dice. Anybody else going with them, or?
I am.
You're smoking it. You're toting it up.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So you guys approach as a group. Hello. And knock on the door.
Knock on wood.
What'd you get for your perceptions?
15.
Oh,
Scared me.
You hear the sound of a dog or young puppy, and it seems to be in excruciating pain.
Oh no. Got a copycat.
Anybody who got a 12 or higher can hear
Yeah,
this
I heard that.
from outside the house.
I got a 19.
Yeah, you guys hear this. You hear the sounds of like.
Is this a one-story building?
It is a 3-story building,
Oh.
and you think there's probably a basement. The door is locked. It's an electronic lock.
Oh yay.
Did anybody grab, Dr.
I brought a
Escobia's
link here
book
with
there?
me too.
Which, Kayla, you
just
can
use my side.
you can easily bypass it with telemechanics.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Okay, before we go any further in this, we need to decide who has went with us
Okay.
and
Go
who
ahead.
has not.
So,
Pretty key.
you.
We would have waited till the last minute because it took me that long to get all this done.
Right.
So, when I get done, I'm like,
As far as we know, we're
hey,
just doing
ready to go?
introductions.
if Wilson and Asclepius is there.
So there, he remember that you were only doing an introduction of the people who haven't met him, so that she could get a peek of him.
Oh no! I still tell Wilson
Okay.
because he can get to a high spot.
Roll prowl to find a good high spot to be sniper.
All right.
And
50.
so the three of you approach Rowan. You've already met him.
Yeah.
You're not
He knows
impressed with
Asclepius.
him. He's a fuck boy.
Yeah.
But Dr. Asclepius has access to the den, which is in the place before the house, right?
That is on the other side of the building. That's where he's watching some slimy octopus lady have sex with a four-titted reptilian lady.
Well, I go
Radio.
click. Asclepius.
Research.
Right when that happens, Asclepius, the door on the window goes down, and you have to pay more credits.
Oh, it's one of those. Okay. Well,
Yo.
no, I'm not gonna pay for that.
It's 25. It's 25 credits per 10 minutes.
Not gonna pay for
No,
that.
thank you.
I give the old-
No.
It's just
click,
getting exciting. You saw extra tentacles come out.
I know, but I'm not paying 25 credits to watch a tentacle thing screw somebody. I can get that off the internet. I don't need that. I just go watch the internet.
There's no internet. Okay.
There is now.
You were doing comparative on that anatomy. Anyways,
Yeah.
you got a phone call.
But
Radio Asclepius.
Yeah.
Radio.
there you go.
Where you at?
I'm in Linda John. What you need?
Well, we're about to go talk to Spurgeon.
All right, 10-4. Let me pull up my pants and I'll be right there.
Yeah, I need to like not have visual of that. And I have total recall too, so it's like I keep on reading over.
Yep.
So, like, we're gonna go ahead and go before Asclepius gets there,
Okay.
because Asclepius is the backup plan.
Asclepius is the backup plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why he's gonna take a high spot. Asclepius will be following behind us.
Alright. And you guys get to the door. The door's locked. Kaylee decides to just open it.
She don't like what she hears.
When you open the door, the sound is a little bit louder. There's also some weird music playing. Well, not weird music. It's Pink Floyd. It's good music. You think you hear like a circular saw or something running all of a sudden?
Oh hell. Not a circular. Oh, son of a bitch.
I pull the
Sick bastard.
bag off the stick,
Hold on. What is this?
Okay.
just in
You
case.
pull the bag off the
I don't
stick,
know anything
and the
about
wraith
it.
creature
We
thing
just hear
actually
what we hear.
animates.
What is it even?
We don't know for sure.
souls.
Oh,
I
that's creepy.
am concentrating while we walk that way.
You see its skeletal hand comes out and points the direction.
Well, I know where we're going now. We're going that way.
You go down the hallway. As you go down the hallway, the barks get louder, and there's more than one. All of a sudden, after you hear the circular saw, you hear many like sounds of multiple dogs. And then there's a door that's slightly open. There's a little bit of smoke coming out of it. Smells like the good old Mary Jane. You push the door open, and there's stairs going down.
Well, I'm still concentrating. You know what I'm concentrating on, right? Into the combat.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So
'cause,
you
I'm prepping that before.
okay. So
combat.
you remember
I hear the word pregnant.
what?
I thought I heard the word pregnant.
No, I said intuitive combat.
Intuitive combat.
Oh.
So you put your intuitive combat on. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna put my force field on.
You put your force
Well,
field on.
Did you come?
I just
Yeah,
got
he
to
has
the
a bit.
door,
Okay.
so.
What are you doing?
And my
Remember,
cloak
hey,
on just for looks.
It's Superbia. Superbia locks it always.
You have your sword by this time.
I pull my sword and shield.
You pull your sword and shield out.
I pull my
my
cloak
dagger.
on.
You
and have
pull
my
your
full
side
sword.
dagger out, and you guys all kind of go down these stairs. You hear the circular saw again, and then you hear a bunch of puppies barking again. And you come in to the room. It's just full of smoke. You hear some laughter from Superbia, and you hear something like wet hit the floor.
Oh.
You
I'm
can
about
see
to
him.
get back
You
there.
can see him on the couch. He's got a blunt in one hand. The dog girl is by his side, but she's running a circular saw. It looks like she's cutting like what looks like a sliver of like ham. Takes it off, and then she throws it, and you see there's 6 little dog boy puppies that are in the corner, in like a little gated baby gate area, and she's every time that sound of slap hits the ground, it's just the meat hitting the ground, and then the dog boy, they start barking and eating it. In here though, they are watching porn. Really strange porn. And there are all kinds of crazy like sex toys and sex swing. There's one of those stretching boards. There's an Iron Maiden in the corner with a little bit of fur and blood on it. Kaylee, you see Superbia, who actually with a 15 looks back and goes, hi, I didn't know I invited visitors. He is blonde hair, blue eyed. He gets up. Good to see you. Come in. Would you like some opiates?
Is he red?
Oh, you are a pretty one there. He's not red. Shit.
We still need to.
You're the only one who knows that. He does not red. If that's Superbia, he is not the enemy of Natosa.
Oh, he
But
wouldn't
we
be.
still need to kill him, though, right?
Yeah. He is
Not
naked, by
necessarily.
the way, and just has some weird
I kinda
leather
don't-
get up on, and he's like, "Oh, you're pretty. Would you like some opiates?" He grabs a handful to you guys, and he is. His eyes are like this big. He's just fucking thwacked out.
What's the wraith pointing at?
The wraith
Yeah.
is pointing at a wall next to the TV.
Show us your collection.
My collection of what? Toys? All kinds of toys.
Whatever's behind that wall.
Oh, there's nothing behind that wall. You're in the basement. That's dirt behind that wall.
You can super strength and punch through it. That's.
Yeah, that's just dirt behind that wall, brother.
And he's breaking.
He's like, you want a tote? You guys, what are you doing? What?
I'm
why are
already smoking one. Because I was just getting preloaded before I came here.
Man of my word.
Oh yeah, I brought you a present.
You brought me a present?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's, a couple ounces of Coca Nostra.
Oh, there's something else in there. Something else.
Oh, Vicodin.
He dumps it out on a mirror on the table. Here, and he grabs a handful of stuff and drops it in your hand. Fair trade, brother.
Stick it in the bag. Might have to use that later.
Okay. Yeah, he looks very thin and completely just strung out.
As Newcomb's kind of distracted, I'm gonna nod to Kaylee and tell her to go try to go through that wall.
Ah, could have super strength and punched through it. That would have been
Yeah.
cooler.
So you go ghosting.
We need tells
Hey,
me
hey,
that.
where did the pretty one go?
What do you mean? What pretty one?
The girl. You guys bought me a gift,
You
right?
mean that one?
The girl. Who are you pointing to?
Pointed to the dog girl.
Oh, that piece of trash. I've already taken care of that one.
Yeah, there's
How about
no
this
else
one?
here.
Which one?
That one.
Who's that?
Right there.
What are you pointing at?
The wall. The other wall, opposite where she's
There ain't
going.
nobody in there. You go through the wall, and there are cages back here, and they're full of puppies, like
Oh shit!
like actual dogs, not dog boys and dog girls,
No.
but people's dogs, and it says Mr. Prosex puppy. And then it says there's a Mayor Midgard's, but the cage is empty. There's old blood and mast in there.
Mayor Midgard's.
Yeah, the mayor.
The mayor of this town.
The old mayors, yeah. There's a couple dog cages that have like dead, decomposing corpses in them. It's you can't smell because you're ghosted at this time, but there's definitely like, I mean, this is some proof of some weird shit.
So I'll go back through and.
Roll a perception before you leave the room.
15.
Cat is chewing on models.
Let's go.
You turn to go out of the room, and there in the corner, is stuck on one of those like stands that hold mannequins, is a corpse of a man who looks exactly like you. He has blonde hair, glasses on, a paisley jacket, and he's a corpse of a guy
Oh no.
sitting there.
What? I know.
That's why he's not red. Because he's not him.
He's no longer alive.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Suburbia. I was gonna put him out of his misery, but no.
And right next to him there is what looks like a weird nest, like a bird nest.
Like, is
Oh
it active?
No, it has feathers. Like there's just a weird like sitting nest there.
What's the cat eating?
Models.
Whatever it can. What are you eating? That's not food.
It's like insulation from the.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you can eat that from her.
Yeah.
Looking
That's not good.
So it is 12:30,
Actually,
guys.
just breaking it up.
Do we want to continue?
Yes.
I plan to drop off here soon.
Okay.
So this would be a good perfect spot
This
to
is
drop.
This is actually a perfect spot to.
Oh, hey, she's got rubber now.
What's that?
But I can finish up with the Baron, because that's quick.
But
I
you
was
was
about to-
with us, right?
I was like
You're
at a
with us,
point
right?
where I just got what I read.
Yeah, let's
I was
let's
about to
stop.
pop a knife and
Let's keep going just to let Floyd finish off with the Baron.
Yeah,
Why?
And then we'll call it a night right there. That's a good idea. So Floyd, the Baron has just come down the stairs, showed you the feathers, and
I'm gonna throw
he
my
says,
NBC knife.
"Are you okay? You seem
And there's that.
strange."
so
And
we
there's that.
went ahead.
I'm going
I was
with
at
my
the
fist.
Wait a minute. Hey guys, gotta be quiet. I can't hear. Turns. Okay. Sorry, Floyd.
Yeah, we already, like, I'm gonna fast forward to where I was at the point where you were letting me know from the object read what I got. So now,
Yeah. So, like, in all intents and purposes, this whoever these feathers, the person who belonged to this is dead in your perception. He died. He got blown up by missiles. What you 100% know that Superbia, the one you know, smells exactly like this guy.
Exactly.
These feathers, like
Exactly.
you don't know what happened. Maybe he came back to life somehow.
No, I wouldn't know what exactly fell down, but based on the rumor.
Right.
that-
So
Right.
based on the rumor, a couple months ago, people's puppies started disappearing again.
Yeah.
And also about a month and a half ago, Superbia started being weird. He started being more reclusive in his own home. Changed up his schedule. You even noticed like the things that he likes to eat were different. He really started liking corn, like a weird obsession with corn and popcorn and
Yeah, you know,
tortillas.
things to do with what chicken eats. Yeah.
Foghorn, I say.
I say foghorn, leghorn, I say. Yeah. So, yeah, just like, yeah, his diet has changed, and like, you know, because like the food pantry, there's literally like 8 truckloads of corn, corn products, and everybody else has been complaining on the base about corn with every meal.
And the Baron knows that I'm from the super mercenary company.
Actually, he doesn't. He doesn't know where you're from. You're just some guy who came and told them about some matter that is of interest to him. He
So,
says, "What did you find out?"
so Baron,
Yes.
it leads me to saying that the Foghorn Leghorn lives.
Foghorn Leghorn.
He lives.
The puppy fucker?
He lives.
Can you track him? Do you have...
The super mercenary company's on it.
He's in the Superb Mercenary Company.
Oh no, the super mercenary company is on it. It's going to take care of the matter.
Ah. Very good. Oh, well,
That's all the proof you need.
when you're done, I'll give another reward out. Whoever, if you kill him, you can. We will split up the assets of the Superb Mercenary Company. Right, exactly. Not if they're already gone. And he says, "Please, yes, this must be done. You have 72 hours. Otherwise, my troops are gonna go in and level the place."
Nice.
He seems very agitated at the thought that this man is still alive.
And little does he know, we're already there.
In my mind, it's gonna be taken care of.
He says,
I'm gonna go down and take a look. I'm gonna go to because I know it was gonna be at the house. That's what I heard.
"Okay,
I'm gonna go make my way down towards Superbia's place, and I'm just gonna wait from outside. and see
Okay.
what's happening.
so you, by the time you get there, because it's later in the night, you wait and you see them. You see
Oh, yeah.
Kaylee just touch the door and it opens, and you see them all go in. You hear the sounds that they heard also,
Especially when the door opens.
and are prowling behind them and you hear that whole interaction they had. So we're gonna end right there for the week. We'll be back next Saturday for the
Next Saturday sounds like Rumble.
For yeah, number 15, Rifted Gamers. Thank you everybody who joined us. It seems like we had some new people. That's awesome.